Okay, this is disgusting. This is absolutely gross. I don't even like talking about it, but I'm going to for your own good, my brother. Okay, so if a cheater is doing this and you know it's going to happen, it's not that bad. But if you don't see this coming, this could be a disaster as far as your mental game. Let me just walk you through it so you can understand the thought process. Once you can understand the thought process, it's going to be a lot easier in the future dealing with cheaters. Okay, so you, my brother, you're playing against a cheater. Game 1, the cheater serves first. Now, game 2, you're not exactly sure who served first. The cheater said, well, I was serving at 9-4 and you were serving at 11-10. I'm pretty sure it's my serve. Now, a lot of people, instead of figuring out exactly who's supposed to serve, they're like, oh, it doesn't matter. Yeah, go ahead and serve, right? That's a problem, okay? You need to have the serving order right, because if you get it wrong, the cheater is going to use this to his advantage, okay? So we're going to say you're one of those Mr. Nice guys that just throws them the ball and it's like, okay, you can serve, it doesn't matter, all right? So cheater serves the first 2 serves. You, my brother, serve the next 2 serves, then cheater, then you, then cheater, then you, then cheater, then you, and then cheater, and the score is 9-9. But keep in mind that all these serves have been reversed. It should be you first, and then cheater, you, and then cheater. So the cheater has served 10 times, and then you've served 8 times. Now, the score is 9-9, and the cheater hits himself in the head and goes, oh, what a dummy. Actually, I served first the first game, so you should have been serving first this game. Oh, man, we got that messed up. Actually, I guess it's my serve at 9-9. Okay? Now, is his serve good or not? It's irrelevant. But what he's trying to do is he's trying to get under your skin. You know that he just served twice at 8-8, but the reality is he's actually right. You should go back, you need to go back to the original order. So guess what? That cheater serves twice again at 9-9. So he just served 4 in a row. And he'll actually act kind of like innocent, but as he's going to get the ball, he'll make sure that you see it, but he'll have a slight smile on his face like, I got him, right? So is his serve or a receive, is it that important? No, but if it throws you off mentally, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for you to really focus on doing the right thing. It's going to be tough for you to focus on the right tactics. And then going into game 3, are you going to be able to give full focus, or are you going to let that bother you? Game 3 starting out. Okay, keep in mind that the cheater has served how many times? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. The cheater has just served 12, and you've served 8. So he's served 12 out of the last 20. Guess whose serve it is? Guess what? It's his serve again. So he's essentially served 6 times in a row. Is it going to bother you, or are you going to be mentally strong? Starting off every match realizing that remembering who served first or who should serve first is important. But remember that cheaters are out there looking for dozens of ways that they can get a tactical advantage over you. So are you going to succeed or not? Well, first is starting by knowing the different ways. Let's dive into some other ways that they cheat. A second way that cheaters cheat is by telling you that your serve is illegal. See, really, only the tournament referee or tournament umpires can tell you that your serve is illegal. If they want you to change your serve, they need to go and they need to get an umpire. There's no way, shape, or form that your opponent is ever allowed to fault you on a serve. If they mention it to you, you really shouldn't change. You shouldn't change your serve. You should continue to serve the same exact way. Why? Because they're not changing their serve. Most likely, they're cupping their hand so they can't see the ball, or they're dropping it below the table, or they're throwing it over the table, or they're not pausing before they serve. There's probably some way that they're serving illegal as well. So if you bring out an umpire, they're going to call both of you equally. But that's not fair to you to change your serve, and he feels like, ha ha ha, I have an advantage over you, and he doesn't have to change his serve. So if they want you to change your serve, they actually need to go to the front desk, get an umpire, and the umpire will be fair, and he'll fault both players on their serve. So if somebody asks you to change your serve, don't change it. If they really want you to change it, they need to get an umpire. The third way that people cheat is by taking an excessive amount of time between points. So it seems like their shoes just keep coming untied. Or every time they go to walk and pick up the ball, they're doing a slow march around the court. Now this one, it's it's a bit of a gray area. The rules actually say play needs to be continuous. So what's continuous? I mean, they're not just physically standing there for 55 seconds between points, but they just seem to be taking a lot of time. So this one is actually hard, even for umpires to regulate this one. The umpire will just say, come play, but this one's really hard to regulate. What I would recommend you doing to be able to overcome this is, in your mind, learn to take more time and learn to enjoy the time between points, because it gives you more time to think about your strategy. Just like in chess, you're going to have a lot more time if you have 10 minutes between moves as opposed to 10 seconds. Same thing in table tennis. Enjoy the time, use the time to actually think and strategize, as opposed to rolling your eyes going, when is this guy ever going to come back? And the fourth way that people cheat is by complimenting you. Now, this is not exactly against the rules, but a lot of times people will give you excessive amount of compliments before the match or during the match to kind of get your head off of the main tactics that you should be doing and start thinking about the actual mechanics of your stroke. They'll say, wow, your forehand is so much better. I like how that you sync the body turn with the arm. What are you doing with your elbow when you hit the ball? See, they want you to start thinking about the mechanics of the stroke. They call it paralysis by analysis. As you start analyzing your game too much, or you start thinking too highly of yourself, like I'm amazing, then what ends up happening is your mind is not in the right place and you're not focused on the right tactics. So be careful with this. Typically what I'll usually do to combat this is, when somebody gives me an excessive compliment, I'll just compliment them back. What does that do? That just diffuses it. It helps them to realize that, hey, look, I'm not going to get a tactical advantage by doing it. And typically they stop doing it. So those are 4 ways that cheaters try to get a mental advantage over you. There's actually more than 4, but today, just for time's sake, I just used 4. But if you start off every match realizing these things, when these situations come up, you're going to be more mentally prepared. I'm Samson Dabena. Thanks for watching. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button down below, and make sure you turn on the bell so you're notified of our next video that's coming out very, very, very soon. If you'd like to come join us for daily training here in Akron, Ohio, just send me a message or check it out on my website, samsondabena.com.